Welcome back to the Loss Prevention News Network. I'm Amber Bradley here with my trusty co-MC, Joe LaRocca.
We're back.
Casually known as at LaRocca J.
Or at my calibration.
That's right. Switch it, but you get it. They get it.
They get it.
They get it, indeed. So,
of course they do.
You know, we've been talking
it's
advice.
A very intellectual group we have.
It is. That is for sure. We've had technology. We've had LP, safety, risk, Domino's, Dunkin' Brands, Macy's. It's been a packed day.
Orange shirts.
Orange shirts.
I scored an orange shirt earlier today.
I scored orange shoes.
There you go.
So are you going to be in the morph suit? What's it called again? It's a morph suit. Thank God. Yeah, a full orange suit. I think I'm looking forward to that.
That's probably not what I will be wearing.
No.
But if you'd like to, bring it on.
No, I don't think
June
so.
is right around the corner.
It will be fun to see who's wearing the orange suit. However. So, speaking of hitting up advice for 2017, right? We've done a lot of advice on a variety of topics, but what about more industry related? ORC, right? I know that's a favorite topic of yours and is mine a little bit.
It is one of my favorite topics.
Off normal subject, but legislation. Do you see how I'm trying to get back?
She's trying to reel it in. I am not making this easy for her. Draw it out.
No, thank you.
Come on, draw it out.
That.
Come on.
Legislative issues when it comes to OR. Oh, here we go.
Oh,
we actually have an expert. Get on in here.
Saved.
Come on in here.
Right, watch this.
Here. No. Come on in.
Amber says, please talk about legislative initiatives, and just by hoping and looking around the room, we score.
An angel appears.
One of NRFs.
That actually knows legislative issues in and out.
Top people in government relations. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Paul Martino, Vice President of Government Relations with the National Retail Federation, who just came off a session 30 seconds ago.
Literally.
Had no clue he was going on camera with us. Is being handed a microphone right here. The magic of production. Paul, thanks for joining us. You've been ambushed.
I should have walked the other way.
You probably should have walked the other way.
Well, I don't know what you were talking about right before I walked up, but in terms of legislation, I was just speaking on camera about the data security legislation that I think we could finally see this Congress for the first time. It's been about 12 years since there have been attempts to produce some kind of legislation. What this would do is create one national standard for protecting data and for notifying consumers when there's a breach of security.
Is that because the Russians?
It's not because of the Russians. It's not because of the Russians. No, what it is actually having the first Republican, the combination of a Republican White House, a Republican-controlled Senate, and Republican House actually provides a better chance for this legislation to get through. And that's because Republicans have largely supported the concept of a uniform national law. The Democrats have opposed that. What we have right now are 47 different state laws that apply.
Wow.
And it's difficult for businesses to comply with all the different laws. It's also difficult for consumers because depending on where you live, different laws apply, and you may not, your expectations may be that whoever has your data is going to notify you if they breach it or suffer a breach, but that's not the case. There are a lot of exemptions in the laws, and so the opportunity to have a national law where that's fixed and everyone has the same obligations, consumers themselves would have better expectations, better protections, and we think if everyone has the same notification obligations, security will improve everywhere because every business that's subject to it will want to avoid all the bad publicity, the lawsuits, the government enforcement actions, and certainly the CEOs that could be fired over a large breach of security will want to avoid that as well. So we think having laws, that, for example, that only apply to the retail industry and let third-party vendors or others off the hook, we think that's the wrong recipe. And so we think we have a better chance now to pass the kind of legislation NRF would support. And so we're feeling good about that, and it's not due to anything that happened in the campaign.
I know. I wanted to
or
bring in
any
the
Russian
Russians
hacks. It's really because of the combination of the Republican White House and the Republican House and Senate.
And Paul, how do those? How does the bill take into account the need for secrecy and discretion on the initial breach and the partnership with law enforcement that takes place during the first few days and weeks of an investigation where they might not want it to be public, that there's been some sort of cyber attack? How is that addressed?
Thanks, Joe. Well, there are many bills. There have been in each Congress. We get a whole new set of bills, but predominantly all of them have the same provision that permit law enforcement working with the retailers to suppress any notification until they've had an opportunity to, capture the bad guy or at least track him down, or determine who it is, and so they can suspend consumer notification during the period of investigation. So that's become a bit of a standard at the state level, and it's one that the federal law wouldn't undermine.
Wouldn't undermine. Great. Now, we didn't really do the proper introduction. In full disclosure, Paul and I used to work together. Paul was a partner on the organized retail crime legislation and a number of other initiatives at the National Retail Federation while I was there. And he's continued now directly working for NRF. So we're very excited to have you there as a partner with some of your other cohorts. Give me 30 seconds. Organized retail crime legislation.
Yes.
Are we going to see something at the federal level in the next term, or is that too optimistic?
I think it may be optimistic. I think the trend line here at the federal level has been not to create a new Title 18 crime to address organized retail theft. I'm not sure I see a change in that with the Republican-controlled Department of Justice. But every new administration provides a new opportunity, so I wouldn't rule it out. So we will continue, though. We've been pressing for this type of legislation for a long time. We will continue to do so. But so long as the House and Senate Judiciary Committees believe that there's already too many federal crimes and they don't want to sort of expand the list, we may continue to be frustrated in that goal. But we are paying attention to some of the state legislation that, as you know, is lowering felony thresholds. NRF doesn't lobby at the state level, but to the extent we can provide assistance to our members who are state associations, we do so and try to help on that front on the state level.
Great.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I know Joe calls you one of the most brilliant minds in Washington. So with that, we're going to pass it over to another brilliant mind, Gus Downing. Take it over, Gus.